All right, guys and girls, welcome back to another episode of myself, Luke. So I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. So last week we spoke about this Bitcoin pattern and what it means. And this candle wick, in fact, is significant. Are we going to go lower or are we going to have a rebound? We're going to talk about gold and silver as well. And also for this year of 2026, I'm pretty bullish for this year, especially the first quarter. Again, everything I say is not financial advice. It's only for educational purposes only. So please do not buy anything based on what I say. So for the crypto market, we're in the fear for the fear and greed index. Altcoin season is completely dead. I mean, it hasn't even got started yet. We'll talk about this in just a second. Are we heading to all-time highs at the end of March? I keep seeing this pattern everywhere I look on, especially on Twitter, saying that we are here in the accumulation phase, and then February and March we're going to explode to the upside, where we'll experience this thrill, euphoria, etc., and then for the rest of the year go back down into our depression phase of the market. So yeah, I'm seeing this literally all over the place. 90% of people are talking about February, March being basically the final rally for Bitcoin, and also the altcoins to take off at the end of March going into April. So we'll talk about that in just a second. Just going over to the market cap of everything. I'm bullish because of what we see sitting at first and second. Now gold and silver, they just keep going higher and higher, indicating that they're super strong. People are just jumping into these assets. They are not obviously as risky as Bitcoin sitting in the top 10, so 8th, but yeah, most people are jumping into this. Now for me personally, people are going into these, they keep buying gold, they keep buying silver, and that's why I think personally that this crypto bull run is not over just yet. The worst case scenario for me is to see gold and silver dump. Then I would be more afraid and thinking that we're definitely going to go, we definitely are in a bear market. So the short term, mid-term, we're in a bear trend. We've been in a bear trend since November, I think. And let's just go back. We started October even. So at the end of October, or mid-October, we started this bear trend lower. And could we go lower? Of course we could. We'll talk about that in just a second. But the fact that gold and silver is still going from strength to strength indicates to me that we're not at the end of this bull market. And I think the sentiment soon, because people will obviously start taking profits in gold, silver, maybe even in AI with NVIDIA, etc. I think people maybe not just take profits, but the fact that the sentiment is people are basically not afraid of these assets, that they're going to start jumping into other speculative assets such as the altcoins and more importantly Bitcoin. So confidence will start growing basically, and then they'll start looking at altcoins, especially Bitcoin first, the altcoins, and who knows, maybe the reason we do have this last rally is because of gold and silver being so strong and staying strong as well. So hopefully that's just what I'm thinking, just my opinion. Let me know in the comments if you think that too, if you think that we're not at the end of this bull market, because gold and silver is still going from strength to strength, and that eventually we are going to see a last leg up for Bitcoin to the upside, and then the rest of the altcoins will follow suit. So with that said, the altcoins, there's no altcoin season just yet. We're still waiting for that. Hopefully Bitcoin will bounce off this, the 100 EMA ribbon. I mean, last week it acted that we finished really poorly outside of our trade setup here. If you're shorting this, then fantastic. We're broken through this. We basically started the week below. Now this support line is now turned into resistance, and we are getting some support off the 100 EMA ribbon. And I did say that hopefully we get a bounce off it, and it's holding at this moment in time So hopefully we do get something where we bounce off it, we come back and retest the $94,000 range. If not, then sadly to say, if we break through the 100 EMA, we're probably going to come down to the bottom of our pattern here to around 78 to 80,000 US dollars. And this trade pattern, if you followed me last week, is a beautiful 11-12% to 1 risk to reward ratio. So hopefully this 100 EMA ribbon does hold and we bounce off it, and then yeah, we can start talking about this, can't we? Because we're at the end of January. People are saying we're at the accumulation phase, the bullish sentiment. February we'll have that explosive rally, and then in March the altcoins will pop to the upside. So of course, if I'm gonna bring some hopium, then I hope that the altcoins will follow suit. This is what we're all here for. Most of us are here for the altcoins, because the altcoins have been an absolute letdown for this cycle. But again, it just indicates that if you've been making 2, 3, 4x's in the altcoins over the past 4 years, then you should be converting them into Bitcoin. We want to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible instead of holding on to these altcoins, because eventually, even if we do see February, March altcoin explosion, your bags of altcoins, guys, will go down 99, 100% when we go through this phase. If this actually happens, then May, June, July, you're going to lose all your money in the altcoin. So with Bitcoin, obviously we want to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. So if this thing happens with the altcoins, then we want to move those assets over into Bitcoin. Now, you do what you want to do, but for me, if that happens, I'll be definitely looking into putting my profits into Bitcoin, maybe even Ethereum, maybe even, why not, putting it in gold and silver. Silver's been on my radar now for quite some time, and I think, it's probably a no-brainer to jump into silver as well. So that said, just going over to, we've looked at the dominance. So the dominance, if Bitcoin continues to go lower, then sadly the dominance is probably going to come all the way back up to 63%. If not, because if we do jump past the 95k level, get a bounce off it, then the dominance hopefully will just remain the same or come crashing down, and then the altcoins will, hopefully we'll have an altcoin rally. But that altcoin season that we're all anticipating, we need Bitcoin to basically go to new all-time highs. So if we just scroll out here, let's scroll out, if we zoom out, if we go to the monthly, and then just zoom in slightly, get rid of this. There we go. So hopefully we get that bounce like we've said, and then start heading back to our last old all-time highs of last year. And hopefully we can go to that $200,000 range. That $150,000 to $200,000 range is what I've been looking at for the end of this cycle. And if that happens, then the altcoins will absolutely explode to the upside. So when we zoom out, it's not looking too bad, especially from back in 2022, 2023. The sentiment right now, people are fed up with crypto, but just a few months, a year or so ago, when we were heading up to these levels, the sentiment was obviously the reverse. There was extreme greed at this point. So we're back at these levels, basically. It's not all doom and gloom. We're never probably going to go down to 15,000 ever again. So it's when you just zoom out, we look at the bigger picture. Are we in this accumulation phase now, and are we going to break up to the upside for the first quarter of this year? So again, I'm very optimistic for this. Who knows, maybe like that little theory of gold and silver doing so well and keep going from strength to strength, hopefully this will just move over into Bitcoin for the first 3-4 months of this year. So let me know in the comment section what you think, and I'll see you next time for another video. Goodbye.